Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up? And today I'm going to be talking about my favorite books of 2016. So 2016 was a very good reading year for me. I read a lot of books. I think I read 50 books this year, which I'm pretty sure that's the most I've ever read in a year, and that's really awesome. But today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite books of 2016, which, by the way, this list was very hard to come up with since I read so many great books this year and I have so many favorites. But today I'm just going to be talking about my top 10, which, by the way, I have book talks for all the books I'm going to be talking about. And if you want to know my thoughts on a certain book, all my book talks for these books are going to be linked in the description box down below. But now, let's just get started with my top 10 favorite books of 2016, starting with number 10. So coming in at number 10 is Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the third and final book in the Shatter Me trilogy, and I read this back in June, and I adored this book. This was such a great finale book. I had such a fun time reading it. It was such a quick read. It took me like 3 days to read because this book was awesome. I loved every second of it, and everything was wrapped really well, and I really hope that one day Tahereh Mafi writes another book in the Shatter Me world, because I just love this universe so much, and I just love these group of characters, and I thought overall that this was a fantastic book. Coming in at number 9 is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertelli. I probably pronounced that last name wrong, but I do not own that book, so I'm going to show a cover of it to you right now. I had to turn on my light, by the way, just so you know, because it's getting dark outside, but I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda back in July for BookTube, and I had such a fun time reading this book. This book was amazing, and I feel like it was the very first book that I read that had like a main gay character, and I just really appreciated it. Like, I had such a fun time reading about Simon and getting to see him come out and just like the journey he goes through. It was just so wonderful, and I loved every second of it. Like, I couldn't put the book down. Like, I literally read it in a day because that's just how good it was, and I had such a fun time reading that book. Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda is amazing. Coming in at number 8 is Crooked Kingdom by Leah Bardugo. This is the second and final book in the Six of Crows duology, and I read this back in October, and I love this book. I had such a fun time reading it, and it was actually really hard for me to choose between this and Six of Crows, because I read Six of Crows back in January, so it was hard for me to choose between the two, but I chose this one because this is a finale, so it was the last time I was going to see my favorite crew, and I love these guys so much. I had such a fun time reading this book, and it was really hard for me to say goodbye to all of them since this is only the second book, but it's also the final one too, so it was really sad for me to finish this book, but I feel like everything was wrapped really nice. Like, yes, there were a lot of sad scenes in this book, but overall, I was satisfied with the end, and it was a really good book. Coming in at number 7 is The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. This is the fourth and final book in the Raven Cycle series, and I read this back in May, and oh my gosh, let me just say that I love this whole series, period. Like, I read all these books this past year, and I love each and every single one of them. They're so good. But this one has a special place in my heart because, yes, this book made me cry, okay? I got choked up at the end because it was just really sad. And yes, there were some points in this book where I was kind of just like, that could have been better. Like, this is really confusing. But overall, I love this book. Like, I just love the characters so much. And they just mean the world to me. Like, I would do anything for them. And this was just a really good book. Everything was just, like, really wrapped up nicely. And I just was so happy for everyone in the end. And it was just so nice. Coming in at number 6 is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This is the first book in the, like, Anna and the French Kiss trilogy. I don't know if it has, like, official series name, but I read this back in April, and oh my gosh, boy, do I love this book so much. This may be, like, my favorite contemporary of the year, like, my favorite contemporary ever, because I loved this book. It was the cutest thing in the world, and yes, even though I hate all the drama that happened in this book, it was still so cute. I had such a fun time reading this. I love Anna, I love St. Clair, I love everyone. It was just so much fun to read this. Coming in at number 5 is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series, and I read this back in September, and this was obviously a very good book because Sarah does not write bad books. Like, I love all of the Throne of Glass books. They keep getting better and better, but I honestly don't know if this was better than Queen of Shadows, because Queen of Shadows is pretty awesome. And this was very good too, but like, there were some problems to this book. There were some things that I really didn't like, and there were some boring parts too, but I obviously love this book because it's a Sarah J. Maas book, and it was awesome as per usual. Plus, there was Aladdin and Lorcadia in this, which I love those two so much, but this was a great book. There were some things that made me go, but it's still obviously a favorite of 2016. Coming in at number 4 is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This is a standalone novel by Marissa Meyer, and it is basically like a background story of the Queen of Hearts from the classic Alice in Wonderland, and I just read this like a few weeks ago, and oh my gosh, this book was amazing! Like, Marissa Meyer don't write bad books either. Like, the Lunar Chronicles, so good. Like, Winter was my favorite book of 2015, and sadly, this didn't make it to number 1, but still, it's at number 4. That's pretty good. Like, this book was amazing. Like, I love Alice in Wonderland, and I loved Marissa Meyer's take on this world. It was awesome! Coming in at number 3 is The Hammer of Thor by Rick Riordan. This is the 2nd book in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard trilogy, and I read this back in October, and this book was amazing. Like, Rick don't write bad books either. Like, he's my favorite author, and I literally love everything that he writes, and this book had things that I didn't even realize that I needed in my life. For example, the ending. Oh, so good. Like, I had such a fun time being reunited with the Magnus Chase squad because I love them. Like, every second of this book was just amazing. Like, it just never wanted it to end because it was just so good, and I'm so excited for the next book. And now we finally have come down to my top 2 favorite books of 2016, which I have to say that both of these are number 1. I can't say for either of these, oh, this is my number 2 favorite book of the year. Like, no, these both deserve to be number 1 because I love them both so very much. So the next 2 books I'm going to be talking about are both my number 1 books of 2016. So my number 1 books of 2016 are The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan and The Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 2nd book in the ACOTAR series, and this is the 1st book in Rick Riordan's new series, The Trials of Apollo, and I read both of these back in May, and I love both of these books so very much. Like, these books are amazing. Like, I love them. I have obsessions with them, especially with this one. Like, I still have an obsession with this, but I love both of these so much, because literally this was the best thing ever happened to me back in 2015 when Rick announced this series. Like, when he said that he was going to be writing another series in the Percy Jackson universe, I was like, sign me up. Like, this was my most anticipated book release of this year. And then this showed me the light that is called Rysand, which I know I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but I'm gonna keep saying Rysand anyway, so you can judge me all you want for it. But this had everything I didn't even realize I needed, aka Rysand. I love him now. I'm on Team Rysand. He's the bae. I love him. These are both the baes. These are both so very good. Like, I love both of these so very much. Words can't even describe my love for these two. So that's why they're both number 1. They both deserve the title of number 1. Okay? Like, they're both just so good. But that, my friends, were my favorite books of 2016, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thank you all so much for watching all the videos that I have uploaded this past year. Just thank you for all the comments and likes, and for subscribing. You guys are the best. I hope you all had a wonderful reading year this past year, and I am Courtney, and I'll see y'all next time with a new video soon, so I will see you then. So, bye! Yo!